Hello, everybody, and welcome to All Power for the People. This is a digital summit that a group of us has been putting together, and I'm excited that the day has come and we are finally launching. I want to say at the very outset that probably as early as 30 minutes after sessions are over, and certainly after our summit is over, you can go to feelthebruel.com and everything will be recorded and you'll be able to watch it. So this is a great day. As you know, I am running to be mayor of Chattanooga. And the reason that I want to be mayor of Chattanooga is because we know what it's like to live in a city that's run from the top down. We know what it's like to live in a city that only benefits a privileged few. Now, this isn't just happening in Chattanooga. We're seeing this in cities all across the United States, all around the world, in fact. And we're seeing it at the state level, and we're certainly seeing it at the national level. But I think it's time that everyday, ordinary Americans, Tennesseans, Chattanoogans, that we stood up and we took back the power. And there are some pretty interesting ways that we can take back the power. The first power we have is the ability to vote. Our vote matters. Now, I don't know what it's like in your city, but I am sad to report that in Chattanooga, we are probably the worst of the worst when it comes to voter participation. In the 2018 midterms, Tennessee ranked 50th of 50 states in voter turnout. And Hamilton County, right here where Chattanooga is, ranked 95th of 95 counties in voter turnout. That's really, really awful. We've got to do something about that. So today we're going to talk about a number of areas. We're going to talk about the future of education, what that might look like in a post-pandemic world. We're also going to talk about the future of activism, because for the last year, and I'm talking about grassroots activism, again, everyday people rising up and saying, we want our power back. That is super exciting to me. We have seen the power of that activism from the protests that sprung up after the murder of George Floyd by the Minneapolis police, and it's progressed to now. So I hope that the power of the protest will be realized when it's time for people to come out and vote. We're also going to take a look at accessibility issues. There are many Americans and many Chattanoogans with disabilities, and we've got to make sure that we're creating cities that work for everybody. Again, the idea is to bring more people to the table. If we don't have enough room at the current table, well, we will dismantle that one and we will build an entirely new table. Because guess what? We have the power to do that. And that, again, is why I am super, super excited. One of the things, and this comes up first, I believe, my friend Scott Hutchison is going to lead a panel discussion about now I'm drawing a blank. He's going to lead a panel discussion about the power of doing as opposed to just having meetings. We all know what it is to go to meetings and talk. Well, Scott is going to have a conversation about how to actually turn that talk into action and how it's better sometimes to act instead of talk. I myself will be leading a discussion with my friend Jamal Munolin. We're going to talk about how cities like Chattanooga can do a better job of attracting African American and minority entrepreneurs and investors. Too often, cities just go after big multinational corporations or the same group of privileged people. But there's a lot of opportunity out there if cities will only just realize it. And I know that that here in Chattanooga, we're going to be able to do that. Let's talk about the grassroots movement that we're trying to ignite here. One of the things is reaching outside of where we actually are physically here in Chattanooga. I don't know if you know this, but we have the best internet platform on the face of the planet. We're at a parallel 10 gig now. But word is that soon, when the hardware catches up, we're going to be able to offer residents of Chattanooga a parallel 50 gig system. That is unheard of anywhere in the world. And so that creates a lot of international opportunity for us. And I'm excited that my friend Alex Slavage, and I've got to tell you that All Power to the People is really Alex's brainchild. He's going to be leading a panel about how we reach out to the international market because we're no longer confined by physical constraints. We're able to spread the word. We're able to leverage our super gig platform here and really drive the economy. I think I've already mentioned that one of the panels was going to be the future of education. My friend Ned Murray, who's the headmaster of the Episcopal School of Augusta, is going to be leading a discussion about the future of education. In Chattanooga, that is really the Achilles heel to everything that we have that is going, great right now. We have a school system that isn't really doing a great job of educating all of our children. In our city, only 36% of our kids reads at grade level. That is not a prescription for success. Quite the opposite. That is a prescription for disaster and ruin. And we're going to have to find ways to turn that around. How do we teach our kids in a post-pandemic world? How much ground have some of our kids lost right now? We're going to we're really going to have to reimagine how we offer education to our kids. But I'm confident that we can. The other thing that we have in Chattanooga is just this huge income and wealth disparity. If we go back to 1997, the average African American household earned only 62% of the average white household. Well, in 2021, pre-COVID, you would think that we would have made a lot of progress, but I'm sad to say that the figure has dropped all the way to 50%. There are some of us who aren't progressing at all. In fact, we're losing ground. I like to say that Chattanooga is like a bright, shiny pickup truck. Some of us are riding up front in the cab. We've got the music playing, the air conditioning is on, and we're looking at the beautiful vista through the windshield. But we're not even paying attention to the poor people who are being piled into the bed of the truck without the creature comforts that some of us enjoy. Well, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to understand how trucks work. At some point, if we keep piling people into the bed of the truck, then when their weight exceeds the capacity of the truck, it's not just the people in the back who are going to be broken down by the side of the road. We're all going to be broken down by the side of the road. So I think one of the things that I most want to come out of our summit today is that we're going to have some exciting strategies, not only to drive Chattanooga forward, but to drive other places forward too. Because there are going to be people, particularly coming on the other side of the COVID-19 pandemic, who are going to be struggling, people who have been hurt economically, and we're just going to have to put resources in place so that we can help people. The last thing that I want to talk about is how we all mobilize in our own communities, how we mobilize where we live, where we are. That's going to be very, very important. And I like to say that I was a Chattanoogan before I made the decision to run for mayor. And win, lose, or draw, I'm still going to be a Chattanoogan. And what I want to come out of this race feeling is that that I can use this momentum, whatever momentum that we have here, to continue to contribute to the community. And I hope that anyone who's a supporter of mine, anyone who just wants to do his or her civic duty, I hope that you will take something away from All Power for the People, and that you will use it. You will organize in your neighborhood. You'll organize in your community. Another friend of mine who's leading a panel today is Kelsey Mcbride. Kelsey is working on our campaign, and she's really become a good friend, and I have great respect and admiration for her. She's going to be leading a panel on LGBTQIA rights and what's going on in that community. And I'm so happy that in Chattanooga, our LGBTQ community is becoming more and more active every day. And I like to say that when I am the mayor of Chattanooga, we are going to embrace the full complement of our diversity as we staff my administration and as we move this community forward. I have been hearing from people from really all across the country who are excited about what we're doing here today, and I hope you are as excited as I am too. The first session, and it's popped back to my head, as I mentioned, Scott Hutchison is going to be leading a panel on strategic doing. I was having a senior moment there, and the term strategic doing was eluding me, but it's back now. I would encourage you to check out that session. The great thing about this platform, about Run the World, is that it allows you to pop in and out of sessions. So you don't have to stay here for the 4 hours, because we're going to be going until 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And you don't have to just watch one session at a time. You can move freely from session to session. And again, as I said, everything that we're doing is being recorded. So we're going to provide that to you after this is over. Our main goal, again, is to show people that we all have the power. Superman and Superwoman are not coming to save us. They are not coming to our rescue. We have to be our own supermen and superwomen, because individually and certainly collectively, we do have the power to change the world. And if we're not changing the world, we can change our city. And if we're not changing our city, well, we can change our block. But we've got to start somewhere. I'm tired of business as usual. I'm tired of the same old people offering us the same old lame solutions. We've got to quit being Charlie Brown, expecting that Lucy is going to finally let us kick the football. It's never happened before. It's not happening now. And if we make the same old choices, it's not going to happen in the future. And so before we end and we move on to our sessions, I just want to remind you that we'll never be able to speak truth to power until we speak truth to the people. And that's what we want to do here. We want to speak truth to the people. We want the people to speak their truth. And we want to create a new paradigm. So with that, have a great time. Have a great session. I think Scott Hutchison and Strategic Doing is up first, and I would encourage you to check that out. Thanks so much for joining us.